Hey everyone, good afternoon. We are on the road right now to yet another competition. Today is the warm-up day. The competition is at our stable, so it won't be a super long video as we don't have to travel anywhere. We can just drive down the road and into the stable. Caramba is actually jumping 1 meter today. So first the 70-80 and then the 1 meter. So we're gonna see how that goes. I have high hopes. I think she can do it. After the last competition, she was much better mentally, and that's really what counts at competition. How she is mentally. It's not really about the height for her. So we'll see how she goes, but I think it'll be good. And for Jumanji, the last trainings weren't amazing, as the thing is I have to jump 1 meter at this competition because it's an age-restricted competition. So with my age, I have to jump 1 meter or higher. And for Caramba, I think that's going to be fine. But for Jumanji, he's only jumped the 90 competition, which was his highest. So we were trying to push him to the meter, and we said, okay, we'll try and push for it, but we're not sure. And we might have pushed a bit too hard, so he didn't make it. And I think it was a bit of a confidence knock. So we decided to not enter him finally. But we will do the 70-80 with him because it's a good training for him, and it's always good for him to train in competition, as he's only ever done 1 competition in his life. So why not just take part, right? Overall, I think he'll do great. I didn't ride him yesterday though, so he might be a little bit crazy. But for 70-80, it should be fine. So yeah, we'll see how the horses are now. I'm competing in 55 minutes. I'm not sure when I have to walk my course. Yeah, they didn't say anything about that. It doesn't exist here. Yeah, it doesn't exist. All right, well, we'll come back and it's time to walk the course.
What about a late night? Oh, you really leaving me for someone else? I want to let you know. Oh, you can call my name and I'll come running back to you. Running back to you. I'll come running back. You can call my name and I'll come running back to you.
Hardcore.
Easy, very easy. Big turns.
Hey everyone, I'm back with another voiceover, like always. I am just walking Caramba a little bit to warm her up. In the previous clip, you probably heard me saying hardcore. Oh, there's a loose horse in the warm-up. By that, I basically meant that I wasn't told when the course walk was gonna happen. So we just came around an hour earlier, like you usually do. And then it turns out the course walk already happened an hour before. So they, we asked if I could walk the course, please. They said no. So I just had a look at the numbers from the outside. And that was basically my course walk in 2 minutes, right? So my mom over there was saying I should just do big turns and keep an eye out on the numbers. Luckily, it was only a small height of 80 centimeters, so not too tragic. So we just did a bit of walk and trot to warm her up, and then we went straight into it. I was one of the first to go. I was number 3, I think. So I didn't even have the chance to look at that many people, but yeah. Oh well, like I said, we take things hardcore apparently. I just had to put in this picture of my support group. How sweet is that? All 4 standing there supporting. And yeah, straight into the round. Like I've done at the last competition, I decided to immediately canter her. As you can see, Caramba is quite looky right now. She's putting her head up quite high, and she was kind of building herself up. Trying to spook at a few things, so yeah, I was just trying to keep her nice and forward, and yeah, here in the middle my plan was to make a simple change, so from canter to trot to canter, but because she was so looky, I thought maybe it's better to just keep cantering and keep kind of pushing her, so yeah, did somewhat of a flying leap change. And straight into the course, no problem for the first 2 jumps, which already gave me a really good feeling for the round. Of course, you can never trust her, but her going over the first jumps easily like this really, yeah, showed me that I don't really need to worry about the refusal problem. Actually, she was pulling to the jump so much that it was nearly too much, you know? Yeah, we didn't present the most beautiful round, I have to say. She and I were just not really one. We weren't connected throughout this ride. She was just pulling to the jumps, and yeah, I was just kind of fighting her. You see there, we're just coming in way too fast. There's not really any control. At least she's going over it, which is already much, much better than before. Big pats for her. Yeah, I'm very happy with her. She, yeah, for the fact that she was a completely competition sour horse, this was, yeah, a million times better. I'm really, really happy with her. Here I was just saying how she was pulling. Yeah, right there. There's our vet waving, Paula, and on the left was my coach. And here comes Jumanji, ready for his ride, or, well, yeah, soon. Now he is. And little did I know what he had planned for me. No, I have to say, I expected it. Yeah, that jump right there pretty much presents exactly how our whole ride went. With me not riding him for the last day or 2, I already knew his energy levels were gonna be quite high. So, yeah, my predictions were right. He was cantering normally, and then 2, 3, 4 strides before the jump, he just takes off and bolts at the jump. And, yeah, I pretty much just had to accept it. Because, yeah, the warm-up isn't really the time or place to really fix anything anymore. But he was really just getting mad at me when I was trying to take him back. And, yeah, didn't really have any use, so I said, okay, let's go in and just get this over with. Luckily, it's only an 80 centimeters, so it should be doable. And oh my god, how he is racing at those jumps. Oh, giving me a heart attack at nearly every jump. But okay. Ooh. Even watching this just gives me a heartbeat. But I have to say, he got better with his feet. I mean, at the last competition, he took a few poles down, but now he's really improved on his technique. Oh, again, racing at the jump. Jumanji. Ay, ay, ay. Here I then got into the half seat, and I was like, wow, oh, okay. He's getting a regular canter, but, oh, nope. He just bolts at the jump again, and I thought, okay, great. I knew I was gonna get a long distance to here, so I did push a little bit, which I know I shouldn't have done that, but okay, for this small height, it's still alright. Overall, I can't really say I was happy with the round, but it was a good experience for him, and yeah, always good to get him out competing.
We could have let it all slide. Yeah, I'm working on the problems. Oh, you really leaving me for someone else? I want to let you go. You can call my name and I'll come running back to you. Running back to you. I'll come running back. You can call my name and I'll come running back to you. Running back. I'll come running back to you.
Alright, Caramba is back to jump for 1 meter round. I had a much better feeling for this round. I knew she wasn't gonna try and screw me over completely. And yeah, she was cooperating quite nicely in the last round. actually pulling towards the jump, so I thought, yeah, this round is gonna go great too. We did our usual walk, trot, canter, and this time we decided to jump. But we took down that pole because I simply didn't have her on her hind legs enough and we messed up the stride. That was a bit better, but I'm just not taking her back early enough. I should be sitting right back into the saddle after that jump. So one last jump before we go in, a bit of a higher vertical. We were happy with that, so yeah, that was our last jump. We decided to leave it on that and wait for me to be called in. I just took a regular speed and my old coach was here too, taking the picture of me. Very nice of him to always come and support me at my competitions. All right, it is time for our round. This time I trotted her in. I knew I can take things a bit easier. I don't have to push her as much as, yeah, I know that she is going to go forward and that shouldn't be a problem. I was very excited to finally jump a bit of a higher class with Carambi. Finally coming back to a height that, yeah, she should be jumping. And quite okay over that first jump. Sitting back nicely. I could have my reins a bit shorter, but overall, that was a beautiful jump. Very, very nice. Yeah, looks quite fluent. She's taking the jumps very well. Also taking a good look at every single jump. But she is going over all of them, and very nicely at that.
Oh, nearly not filmed.
As always, a bit looky, but like I said, there's no doubts anywhere. But yeah, here I just start pushing a bit too much, so I can't really get my control back, the control I need, especially for this height where I do, yeah, need a bit more control. And again, I pushed to that jump, which this time the consequence was that I couldn't get her back. She wasn't on her hind anymore, which led to that. Completely running past the jump. Yeah. To be fair, it was a black and red dragon jump. Against the sun too, making the black even more scary. So I guess, yeah, we can't really blame her. But yeah, because of my not so great riding and not having her properly on her back legs. The problem was I was pushing her so much throughout the round already that when I actually needed the push, I couldn't because I was already doing it the whole time.
Oh man.
So we got eliminated. Until that jump, everything went really nicely. It was good. I was happy with it. So yeah, just unfortunate that the last two jumps we didn't make it. Yeah, and now on screen we have our first time trying the HOFMAG magnetic therapy on Caramba. I've been very interested to try it. This topic always has a lot of mixed opinions because a lot of people believe in it, others say it's just, yeah, a money-making machine. But it doesn't hurt to try everything and then you can give your opinion, right? So this time we tried it on Caramba, started off with just getting her used to the machine and the loop which is touching her. And yeah, she was a bit shocked at first when we turned it on, but she really started to relax throughout the session. And yeah, it's safe to say she most definitely enjoyed it. But yeah, it's quite interesting. I was reading about it a lot, and yeah, it helps prevent injury, improve muscle tone and the range of movement, and it even accelerates rehabilitation. So overall, you can't really go wrong with this therapy, and I really have to say I felt a big difference riding her. After that, not even for just one ride, but I felt how her left side, which was anyway her stiff side, really got much better. I've always had problems doing flat work with her onto the left side. A proper left bend was always very hard to achieve for her. And yeah, I really found that I was able to start bending her and working with her properly on the left side. So for us, it was a very good experience, and we're definitely gonna keep doing it as we, saw good results in it. Overall, this is a huge topic. We could talk about it for hours. But if this is something that interests all of you, then I could definitely make a longer, more explanatory video about how this therapy works and, explaining everything in more detail. Hey everyone, it is 3 rides later and I'm exhausted. Oh, the last ride was really difficult for me. The energy levels were really coming down. The first ride with Caramba was good. She did the 70-80. Oh, it's so bright. She did the 70-80 quite well. She was pulling to the jumps and overall gave me a good feeling over them. Then we rushed her back to the stable, quickly got Jumanji to the arena, where I then warmed him up. But as it was last minute that we decided to enter him, I didn't ride him yesterday because I said, okay, if I don't compete him tomorrow, then he can just have a day off. We'll ride Caramba and we'll start riding him again in a few days when the competition is over. But now we did decide to compete him, so he was a little bit crazy. He was running to the jumps and very uncontrolled, but he went over all of them, so that's a plus. And then it was Caramba's turn in the 1 meter, which I thought we were ready for it, but I guess we weren't. Well, overall we're ready for it, I would say. We're making really nice jumps, but I just don't stop pushing her. In front of a jump, I just really start to push, and that kind of scares her a bit. So when there is a scary jump and I need to push, I can't because I'm already pushing all the time. So she jumped a beautiful round until number 8, and after number 8, I messed up. I couldn't get her back. I was exhausted. I just couldn't take back the energy onto the hind legs. So, do you have the key? So she then refused the number 9, which was completely my fault, and I will never forgive myself for it. But okay, it happened. I can't change it anymore. We're gonna think about riding her tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. To not leave the arena in a bad experience, I then jumped the number 2 one more time. I just picked a random jump and said, okay, jump over it so that she doesn't leave the arena on a refusal. So, I don't know if we'll jump her tomorrow. If we do, I have to get myself together a little bit and improve my riding and ride her slower and not push to the jump. But we'll see. If I don't ride her tomorrow, then thank you for watching. A very short video, but if I do ride her tomorrow, then I will see you tomorrow before the competition. Bye!